Irish Heritage Trust logo appears on screen.
Our volunteering journey began in 2006, when the Irish Heritage Trust was set up to bring some of Ireland's most precious historic properties and their stories to life.
Aerial clips of the various Irish Heritage Trust properties
For the benefit and enjoyment of generations current and future. Our volunteers, working alongside our staff and conservation specialists, allow the Trust to carry out a wide range of activities.
Clips of Trust volunteers working at various tasks,
such as gardening, tour guiding, customer service and restoration projects at all properties in the Trust's care. We asked our volunteers why they decided to give their time and experience in volunteering for the Irish Heritage Trust, and this is what they had to say.
The benefit that I find here is just get so much satisfaction from going into all these things, looking at them, sorting out little problems, and you're always learning.
Well, I come away with satisfaction that maybe somebody's learned something, I've learned something.
To anyone that's interested in volunteering here, I would say definitely do something about it, because you will get so much out of it. It gives you so much satisfaction, and as I say, you're part of the history of a wonderful house.
Various scenes showing volunteers working at the Trust's properties.
I think I've learned quite a few skills. Even just the cleaning process has intrigued me. You know, that we don't jump and grab the thing on the shelf in the shop, you know, that you just approach things differently, because that's very much giving care and attention to the items in the house, and then they're cherished and they're taken care of, and that has fascinated me as well, because, you know, like that you don't think of these things.
Now, the other reason I'm volunteering, I think, is to actually get out and try something different. So I'm actually working on an old bicycle which we discovered in the basement of Strokeston Park House. I'm taking it apart and stripping it down.
Clip of a volunteer working on an old bicycle.
What I get out of volunteering here is I live on my own, I'm retired, so I get to meet a diverse amount of people. It's nice that you meet people from all countries, you meet people from all walks of life.
Clip of volunteers working in a garden.
And it's interesting, I love history. It's lovely to be part of the history of this house.
And it's an occupation, it gets my head together, it's physical, and a reason for getting out of the house 2 days a week.
My great chance to be useful to this community, and I want to help this community and Irish people.
We as volunteers, I think, can give a lot back to the likes of Strokestown and these houses.
I think a more important thing as well for somebody who's retired like myself is to actually get out and meet people. I think it's very easy, particularly coming out of COVID, to actually stay at home and not do an awful lot. But the routine of coming here once a week, I think, is great.
Clip of a larger group of volunteers working in a garden.
And of course I've also made friends here, because we're socialising together and we're meeting to do tours and meeting the garden volunteers, etc. So I've met a larger circle of friends here as well, and that's been great.
I just got on so well with them all, and it's a happy place to come to, and I just enjoy it.
See, then we get to know everybody else in the house, we kind of feel part of the house.
Volunteers chatting to each other in a friendly manner while working.
And we've great fun as well along the way. You know, the job is made so much more enjoyable because we're interactive with one another, and you know, we're good friends.
Well, it used to just be Friday, but now I come Thursdays as well as Fridays.
Well, if you're thinking of coming to volunteer or something that you're considering, I'd say go for it. You know, give it a go.
Photos of various volunteers smiling appear on screen.
To all our volunteers at Irish Heritage Trust, we celebrate you today and we thank you.
A thank you message appears on screen. Irish Heritage Trust logo and website address www.irishheritagetrust.ie appears on screen.